The Hornets' remaining entire season will be broadcasted by Sports Hub, including playoffs if they make it in. WSGS Sports Hub, your new exclusive home for Charlotte Hornets basketball. The Hornets take on, that's not right. I want to say it's the Heat. I think they're playing Dwayne Wade at the Heat tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. right here on the Sports Hub. The Hornets and the Wizards played last night, and I am trying to pull up their stats. Haskell Shelton in the house here with us. You're listening to the rundown. Desmond Johnson, Johnny O, Rod Funderburk in the house. Before we do that, actually, intern Aaron, can you give us an update on the poll that was on Twitter between our question about Zion Williamson? What will he end up being in the NBA? A legend, an all-star, or a rotational player?
Yes, of course. According to our listening public, 67% believe that Zion Williamson will wind up an all-star, as opposed to 33% believe he'll wind up a legend. Nobody seems to think he'll make a good rotation.
It's a shock to me. I'm surprised that no one thought that he would just be in the rotation. You know, that sixth guy, that seventh guy, come off the bench, get some buckets, a couple rebounds.
Old James Harden.
I'm a little surprised Haskey's here this morning. I mean, my text was beeping until about 3 a.m. this morning, man, on that thread that we have, and I just kept hearing it, and I'm looking, and Haskey was still going, man.
I had some opinions.
Haskell Shelton in the house from SportsColorMonthly.com. The Hornets are victorious last night, 116-110 winners over the Washington Wizards. They are now one game out of the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference, and I can't decide if I want the Hornets to try to make a run here with about 14 games to go, or if I just want them to just pack it up and try to get up in the lottery. And Haskell had a couple of tweets earlier in the week kind of talking about that very thing. The Hornets are in 10th place. They are 31-37. The Heat are in the 8th seed right now at 32-36. They're literally a game behind the Heat. We had mentioned really it'd be ideal to get up to the 6th seed, which is currently occupied by the Pistons. They're 35-31, so the Hornets are like 4 games back of the 6th. But these other, like the Nets are 36-34 in the 7th seed.
No business. Under 500, no business to be in the playoffs. And,
I mean, it's
and if you're asking if they should tank, I thought they've been tanking all year for crying out loud.
Dude, they went to that stretch where they just lost games at home. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games. And a lot of those games were at home because they were going to be gone from the ACC tournament this past week. And they lost a lot of games at home they should have won and would have been in a much better position than they are right now. Should the Hornets tank the rest of the season? And I'll ask that to the panel. I don't even know what that means to tank the rest of the season. Like, how would they even go about doing that?
Right.
Like, sit in Timba or just play like the way they've been playing?
Real quick, I just think, I mean, I don't want them to tank. But at this point, I don't want them to get in the playoffs. I mean, I'd like to see them get, I don't know.
They would have to, if they're the 8th seed, they get the great gift of playing the Milwaukee Bucks in the first round, who have the best record in basketball.
So here's the question, ultimately, is what is the upside if the Hornets make the playoffs and lose in the first round versus, and some of my points that Des is referring to that I was making on Twitter is they're essentially 3 spots out of the 6th or 7th lottery pick, which at that point you've got, around an 8 to 9% chance of the number 1 overall pick, versus being out of the lottery. And if you look at kind of projections of like NBADraft.net, they're looking at somebody, probably in that 12 to 15 range of like a Nasir Little or somebody who's down there versus having a shot at a top 4 pick. You've really almost got a double-digit chance of grabbing one of those top 4 guys off the board. And so to the question about, whether they are tanking or not, they're absolutely not. Miles Bridges played 13 minutes last night. They are going with the A squad. They are clearly trying to make a playoff push here. They are sacrificing a lot of the folks on the message boards, etc., sacrificing player development essentially. By playing their best players right now, trying to make a push, and they have been losing, but they played awesome last night.
This is I just went to NBADraft.net to look at the mock drafts. They have Charlotte in the 10th spot, like you were saying, Haskell, and they have them picking Nasir Little.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't have an issue with, actually. I kind of want Charlotte to start picking more of these
I don't
guys.
know if I would like Nasir Little, though, man.
What would he do for the Hornets? I mean, as we look
starters.
at them right now.
I'm looking at it long term. So, like, say you drafted Nasir Little, the Hornets, first round. For starters, the kid's 19. He's going to grow more into his body. He needs to learn how to play the game. The NBA game is better suited for him because it is more ISO and more matchup related than it is playing a team type concept. He's 6'6", 220. He plays small forward. You put him out there. You put Miles Bridges at power forward. You put Malik Monk at shooting guard, and you put Kemba Walker at point. And then all you need at that point is to go find you a center. Go trade for Andre Drummond or something. That's a 4 seed in the East in about 2 years. Like, if they get to stay together and play together and run, that's a legit team. And then you fill in the blanks on the bench. You pick up a couple of guys that can shoot and can run. It's basically what Sacramento's doing. Like, I would be fine with it, but I think people are being a little hard on Nasir because they expect him to have the same pedigree as Zion or RJ Barrett or these guys have been playing basketball for 10, 12 years. He just started playing ball like 3 years ago. Like, I mean, he's still learning the basic concepts of basketball.
So he'd be a project for
Yeah,
a few
project.
years at the Hornets.
Yeah.
How about we need someone to step right in, but obviously
I'm just kind of looking at his list. Yeah.
It's not a loaded draft. Though,
Man,
right?
they got Kobe White going to Atlanta at number 5.
I saw that.
That is ridiculous. And Atlanta has 2 picks. They have him picking DeAndre Hunter at 6.
Now think about that to Atlanta, and they have.
That's Dallas' pick, and I think it's
it might be protected.
It's top protected pick.
Yeah. Atlanta's got what's the kid's name?
The point guard. He's doing a hell of a job right now.
Jones?
No.
Trey Young. Trey Young.
Trey.
They've got the kid from Wake Forest, John Collins.
That's a 1-2 punch, man. I mean, those guys are scoring in the 30s every once in a while.
Yeah.
I didn't think Trey Young was going to spark like he is right now. I mean, the guy has had a hell of a rookie season.
He really has. I'm just looking at some of these names here. They got Zion going first to the Knicks, which would be great. They got Ja Morant from Murray State going second to Phoenix, which actually would make sense. R.J. Barrett going to Cleveland. Rui Hachimura going to Chicago at number 4, and then Kobe at number 5. Kobe White is not going to be playing basketball for North Carolina next year. He has played himself out of that situation. Like, I don't see him being able to stay another
Where's
year.
Reddish?
They got Reddish at number 8 to Washington.
And he's dropped a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, they had him in the top 4.
He played awful last night. He played just flat out awful
terrible.
For a kid that's supposed to be a top 3
defensively,
recruit. He's had
all even offensively, he had 2 charges in like the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, he's like he's pushing or something. When they put Zion back in, it's like he can't figure out where he's supposed to be. Like in the offense, it's weird. But now back to the NBA here. The LA Lakers, they seem like they've waved the white flag on this season. They've shut down Lonzo Ball. They've shut down Brandon Ingram. Both of them have injuries. LeBron didn't play last night.
They
load management.
Oh my God, I love that. When I see that on the ticker, load management. I'm gonna call Al on Monday and say, hey, I'm gonna take a day off.
Load management. You know how that goes. I gotta take this one day off. What should the Lakers do in the offseason? I can't believe I am hearing rumblings from the national media that they should consider trading LeBron James.
You know.
I thought he had a no trade clause.
I almost, and he must.
Trade him to where? Like
somewhere.
Where trade him?
It's just, boy, it's not working.
If you trade him, then why are you going to Laker games? Like, what are you paying money for to watch? They've gone 6 years now without making the playoffs. LeBron was the main reason why I was so excited about watching. I'm a Laker fan. I was so excited about watching the Lakers this year, and I think they would have gotten the playoffs if he'd missed 18 games from injury or whatever.
Heskey, Sacramento Kings, Los Angeles Lakers. Who has the better franchise? I mean, obviously, right now, and for the next 2 or 3 years, as far as winning basketball.
Yeah, I'd say Sacramento.
Absolutely.
Yeah.